Hey Wendy, this is Adam.
Oh, hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I've been better.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
I was calling because I'm trying to get some information from you. I was hoping that, considering you do have my vehicle,
Yes.
and just so I am sure on exactly the facts, I was hoping that you could fax me a document showing where the vehicle, exactly the location of the vehicle, the condition of the vehicle.
Well, I don't know if I can disclose the location, but I can tell you it's stored inside of a garage, and it's safe from the elements for safekeeping. So it's parked in a garage.
So it is covered.
It's covered. It's
Can I
not
get,
out-
okay, can I get,
I can tell you that for sure, but as far as actually the location, I don't know if I
well, I mean, as far as, I need something that shows that you are actually in possession of it. I don't need,
Did they not, they probably did not give you, well, usually, and I don't know if they didn't for some reason that night, I wasn't there, but we do have a receipt for property that they should have given you.
no, I was never, that's why I'm,
Oh, okay.
that's why I'm calling, because I was never given any type of receipt for that,
Okay.
or,
Yeah, they should have done that. I don't know why they didn't, because they had them on hand, so maybe it was an oversight. I have a receipt that I could send you that just shows, I mean, basically it's a receipt for property showing that the FBI has, this is actually words, it's just a receipt that shows on this date that we seized, we'd mark the seized box, and then we list the vehicle information and then your name showing that we seized it from you.
okay, so it has the VIN number on that?
Well, we put it on there. I mean, it's just a blank form that we fill out. So we would put the VIN number, the type of car, your name, address.
Okay.
That they would have given you that day if they.
Yeah, like I said, they didn't give me a receipt for that, and
Okay.
I didn't even know that the FBI had seized it, because I was under the assumption that they were impounding it and the police were gonna that the police were impounding it.
At the time of when they took it that night, I don't think it hadn't been verified at that point that it was subject to seizure. So it was just technically being impounded, and upon further investigation, once the FBI decided that yes, it would go through the forfeiture process, then it's technically, so it's seized for, upon more investigation, I guess. So that day, I mean, we could have decided the next day, said, oh yeah, this isn't fitting, it's not good, we will just return it to you. So I mean, it's not.
So originally it was impounded by the
locals
police.
impounded it basically under the FBI authority, because it was an FBI operation with the locals. But they, but like I said, if once we researched everything and looked through everything, if the FBI would have decided, oh yeah, it does not meet the criteria, we would have just released it to you right away. So it wanted to technically have been seized. So we'd still mark seized, because it's either received from, returned to, released to, or seized from. So that we'd mark seized. We'd put on the date of, I think the 10th of October?
Right.
And we put your name and address and the description of the item, and we'd put the vehicle information on there. And that's, I don't know, they don't have to give you a receipt, but usually they do.
Well, if it went through that process, if it went through that process, I should have gotten a receipt from the police. But
you're right. They could have given you something.
Well, because the receipt that I got was for this. They had taken my phone and $150, but the only thing that I have is $150.
Okay. Did they put was that receipt from? Does it say United States Department of Justice on it, or does that say from like the Council Bluffs PD receipt?
Yeah, it's not a receipt from the FBI. It says notice of seizure for forfeiture under Iowa law.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what receipt that is. I guess I gave you then for that. I've never seen one of those. The FBI has one that's just, and like I said, they would have given you the receipt, filled this out that day. I don't know why they didn't. I wasn't, there during the time that this happened. So, I can send you one now showing on that date that we did seize it.
Yeah, could I give you?
Do we want it for like your bank so they know that we have it, or?
Well, because I want to know that the vehicle that you're talking about is the same vehicle that I'm talking about, basically.
Right.
Otherwise,
I understand.
realistically, my vehicle could be stolen at this point, and I wouldn't know.
Right.
Because I have
No,
nothing. I have nothing. Nothing showing, no documentation whatsoever that any of this actually happened.
Yeah, I assumed that they gave you that originally, so I did not know until right now when you're telling me that hadn't been done. But I'll fill out this receipt, and it's got the VIN. I'll have the VIN number on it that's on the car that's in our possession. Well, it's been seized for forfeiture anyway. I can verbally tell you at this point that yes, I know it's stored inside, and it's safe from the elements. I've seen where it's stored, and that's part of our process when we do take a car like that, especially due to, I think it was valued over $10,000 potentially, that we have to keep it inside for safekeeping, so nothing can happen to it. So,
Okay.
It's in a secure facility.
Okay.
So
is there any way, additionally, okay, so I got that. Is there any way additionally that you could send me, because you're saying that initially it fit the criteria for the seizure. Can you send me the information that is the criteria so I can show this to my attorney that shows that, hey,
when your attorney gets the notice, which you'll be getting also, they will have to, it'll have to go through the attorney. Or when you file a claim. If you don't have an attorney, you file a claim. That's not information we give out until that happens.
So it's not public information when the FBI does a seizure.
Well, it is technically that we seized it, but why we seized it and the criteria and the statutes we seized it under comes after you file a claim. It's not something we give out.
Okay, I know. Okay, so you're not going to produce that, but my question is that public information? Like if I went and looked it up, I might be able to find the statutes.
No. Well, you might be able to.
That a seizure is probable.
It's the federal. I suppose if you searched, I have a book, so I suppose it's just the Federal Criminal Code and Rules is the book. If you can search that on the internet and find that, I don't know if that's published or not on like the internet for public, I guess. But it probably is. I don't think that's necessarily.
So property seizure is under Federal Criminal Code.
Yes.
What'd you say? Federal Criminal Code and Conduct.
The book says Federal Criminal Code and Rules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you search that, they might. I don't know why that wouldn't be out on the internet, but I thought you were asking if somebody searched to see if your car was seized, if it would be out there, but that's not out there.
No. I was just trying to find out the criteria under what authority that this is happening.
It will all be disclosed, once you get the notice, if you file a claim strictly just on your own, or if you have the attorney file it for you, and then the attorney would be the one that's representing you, and so all that legal information would be through your attorney, who would then relay it on to you.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to go through all that, but it looks like that's probably what's going to happen here.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the process.
Because, I have to actually go to court, and it's kind of, not really convenient that I don't have a vehicle, but I'm expected to go to court, and I'm driving back and forth.
Your defense attorney can plead that case to the court to see if they can extend it or make it a day where you actually have transportation. That's not something that we have control over.
Right. Well, anyways.
I understand it stinks. I'm not just dissing that. I understand your situation.
No, I know it doesn't make sense for me to complain to you, but I'm just saying that seems like.
Well, if you have a court date set up, I would think, and you can't make it.
It seems like it seems like out of the convenience is why all this is happening. But at any rate, let me give you my fax number. So
you have a fax number? That'd be great. I can send this to you. That's the receipt.
Yeah, unless okay.
I can mail it if you prefer.
Well, the mail is kind of slow. I was going to get it today. So the fax number is 402.
Okay.
475.
Okay.
2955.
2955. Okay, and just put your attention on it.
Right.
I don't know if it's just a fax to, I don't know if it's your work or your home or where.
Yeah, you can put attention Adam.
Okay. 475-2955.
Right.
Right.
Now,
okay.
So you don't have an additional update on any of this as far as the status or anything like.
Just that the notice letter should be coming out for you, the official legal notice letter from headquarters.
Because last time I called.
Your attorney.
It's going to go to me and my attorney, or?
Well, we can send it to your attorney if you requested us to. I don't know if you've actually. Do you have your? We are going to check at the time to send when we send the notice out when headquarters does what your defense attorney to the case is. Do you have that is it set in stone already who's defending you?
Yes. Yes.
So if you want to give me that, we'll send it to him also.
Well, I'll give you the number.
Yeah, okay. Well, do you have his name? That's all I need.
Yeah, it's Thomas Severin.
Thomas Severin?
Yeah.
Okay. I can look it up. I mean, we've got access to because he's a public defender, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I can get his address and stuff and send him. And put that in for them to send notice to him if you wish, because he's representing you on the site, the charge of that you were charged with that day, but not necessarily the seizure. But he's
okay, so
so he can probably help you with that.
So how is this? That's what I'm confused. Is the seizure related to the charge, or if they do in fact, because last time I talked to you, you said that they weren't sure if they were going to actually seize it or not. They were holding it pending investigation.
Oh, okay. See, I can't remember what we talked about last. No, they are, and it's going through the process, so you will get the notice letter. And if you wish for us to send it to your public defender, we can. It's not related to your arrest by any means, or the charge. The car seizure is not. It's its own separate entity. So just because you were arrested or whatever that night on those charges that's not why we took the car. I mean, they're two separate. The fact that the forfeiture is against the car, not against you. So we're basically prosecuting the car versus the person, because you can do it against it's a ram against the property.
But it has. I mean, so it doesn't have anything. I mean, that doesn't make sense though, because I mean that's why initially it was a question of the seizure. It was initially because of the.
But you didn't have to be arrested for us to take the car. You could have walked away that day, and they could still take in the car.
Really?
Yes, and trust me, it's all in the federal law. I mean,
wait. It's a whole new federal law? I mean, is this... Because, I mean, that doesn't... I mean, I've never heard of that. It's like happens every day. Somebody just has a vehicle and...
If we have legal basis to seize a vehicle under a federal statute, we can do so without any charges against the owner.
Okay, so the investigation is actually indeed separate from the charge that I'm facing.
It's separate than your charge, yes. But if you wish since we know you have an attorney representing you on that charge, we can send notice to him just because we know you have an attorney. But he's representing you on the criminal charge. Not, I mean, he's not. So
I have to get a different attorney for my vehicle.
You can ask the public defender that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how that would work. Sometimes they're willing. I think they can go ahead and help you with that. Sometimes I don't know if they do. That's not something I would know. But you can definitely ask Mr. Severin if you would.
So I'm not facing any. This is a separate property issue. It's not a criminal charge in any way.
No charge against you. Like I said, the property being taken for forfeiture has nothing to do with you as the owner. I mean, it's your car, so obviously you have legal interest in it. So that's why you get your notice for due process. But it's not because you were arrested. I mean, it's not.